All right, we got an hour before Goodwill closes. Let's check it out. I don't want to get too hung up on clothes, so we're going to save that for the end. Throughout this video, if you catch something that I completely missed, would you be so kind and leave that in the comment section? A new recent thing I've started doing is whenever I'm working out and doing my cardio, I'll put on some thrifted videos and just watch as people look for things to try to gain some experience and look out for things that I'll hopefully find in the future. Before I go any further, I think it'd be important to define what the goal is for this trip. My wife and I are 11 months into reselling. At the beginning, we were very much all over the place, and thankfully high ticket items sold. And so it was easy to believe in that moment that we were making a lot of money. And truth be told, the profit margin was very high. But again, that was because we hit home runs on big ticket items. But I would say the other 50% sat on the shelf in our store for a very long time. After 3 months and watching lots of different YouTube videos from other sellers, I learned that I needed to define my niche. I started looking at data and identifying what sold well for us, and then we started to slow our roll. So over the course of the last 11 months, we've started venturing slowly outside of our scope. Having said that, the goal right now is to find items that would have decent margins, but more importantly, fast sell-through rates. We want eBay to recognize that our store moves product and help recommend us to other future buyers. Would it be nice to find something for $3 and sell it for $100? Yes. And does it happen? More often than you think. However, now I'm slowing down, I'm not getting excited, and I think experience and research is paying off. And if that's why you're here, then I'm so glad you are. Something else I want to point out is I'm kind of vetting the store right now. So I'm looking at items, some things that feel really good, I'm throwing in my basket. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to buy it. In fact, I would say at the end of this, I probably buy about 7 products in total. But of course, I'll put a whole bunch of things in my cart, feeling confident and then looking over all of it. Keep in mind, I only have an hour, if not less at this point. Here's an area that I am so not familiar with, but I see everyone saying that these are great margins, and that is TV remotes, fan remotes, remotes galore. Not familiar with it, had to step away. But what I have become familiar with are SodaStream products, and I have started to sell them almost on a every other month basis, or practically as fast as I can get a hold of them. Typically, they sit on the shelves at Goodwill's for a little while, and you can typically catch them even marked down more than what the price is showing. Here's a nice little tip, though, when it comes to SodaStreams. 90% of them are not electric. So if you don't test them, if you haven't used them before, and it finds that something is wrong with it, Goodwill's not going to let you return it because it's not considered electronic. Now, the other one that was battery powered, again, I have to make them aware. And the only other time I did that, they had to go get a new tag and put it on, and it just took a little while. If you have the time, then feel free. But again, 90% of these SodaStreams are not electronic, so beware before you buy with the intent to flip. As I'm looking at all these appliances, the only thing I can think of is, look at how heavy they are. This would be a pain to ship. As a buyer of these products, the shipping would like scare me off. And I know a lot of people say, well, there's Marketplace, you could flip these on Marketplace. But now that creates a whole nother dynamic. That means I have to make time to go and meet with someone. And that's the reason why I like eBay, because I'm able to do everything at my own pace. We've reached the halfway point, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I am so grateful. Please subscribe for content as far as thrifting, videos, research, and then of course on my shorts, I typically give insight to what the product ended up selling for. Here is my first big ticket find of the day. I don't know this brand. However, the shirt just popped. The quality felt great. I gave it a quick check, make sure all the buttons are there. If you don't do that, please start. And the price tag was exactly what I was looking for, $6. Look at the Scooby-Doo collab. How freaking cool. It resells on average $50 plus on eBay. First thing I thought was, well, if there's one, there's probably another one. And sure enough, boom, we found the other one. Big score. Another ticket item at $5.99. So hopefully these $12 will make me a little over $100 profit. I got so excited that I almost looked over this Brooks Brothers shirt in the back, but no worries, I did find it. But this is where I need your help, the viewer. Are you finding that I'm overlooking high ticket products? Can you please point them out in the comments? If you can timestamp that, even better, because I just, like I said, there's a lot, and sometimes, or more often than not, I'm not hitting on it. Now at this point, I know I found some great items, and I should be in the green total from this trip. Now, what I don't want to do is have that moment where I'm so excited from finding high margin items that now I start going crazy and I start buying things that I regret later, or I know that are going to sit on the shelf for a little too long. Found these gloves, did not end up buying them because we're going into summer and I know that my margin wouldn't be as high, but in that moment I felt very good about it. This hat I really wanted. It was $10.99, which is super high for hats. They're typically about $4 or $5. I'll end up not getting that. This one right here, God, I liked it. That one I would have let sit for a little bit because I know I would have got at least 3X, if not 4. But the darn button clasp on the back was missing, and I'm not at that level yet where I have all of these little trinkets. But, I've seen other people who do, and so I need to get towards that. Here are more gloves that ultimately I'm going to second guess and just put back. But in that moment, I'm sourcing because I'm in a hurry. Here's another tip if you're new to reselling. Don't forget to check the backpacks. Sometimes you don't find anything, but the times that you do, you hit big. This Jordan bag right here, super nice. It had a minor scratch on the front. Got home, cleaned it, looked much better, listed it. It's reselling online and recently sold for about $50, I think. We're going to list this one at $35 with the intent to move it fast, especially because it has that minor scratch. And we're going to make offers available. So, I'm willing to go lower if need be. The buyer will pay for the shipping. But ultimately, this is a great find. It's a Jordan product, and it'll move fast. It's going back to what I was talking about. You find something big, you're excited, and now all of a sudden you're trying to force yourself to believe that the next thing is big. And maybe it was. They were already announcing that they were going to close, so I didn't have the opportunity to really look over everything and run comps with it. Otherwise, I would have. Did you catch any items that I missed? Please leave it in the comments, and thanks for watching. Take care.